Meghan Markle is embracing her freedom style. California looks good on Meghan Markle. In one shot from Harry and Meghan, she stands on the steps of her Montecito mansion in a flowing navy linen dress and fuzzy Arizona Birkenstocks, her hair down in gentle loose curls. It's a tense moment. Harry is going back to the U.K. for the first time since their explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey, but Meghan appears centered. It's the air of someone who, despite it all, is clearly comfortable in her own clothes. It wasn't always that way. Meghan admits in the Liz Garbus-directed docu-series that she struggled to find her sartorial way as a royal. Wanting to appear deferential to senior members of the family, she opted for neutral shades and demure silhouettes that she didn't find much joy in. Most of the time that I was in the UK, I rarely wore color. There was thought in that, she says. I was like, well, what's a color that they'll probably never wear? Camel? Beige? White? In examining her style from 2017 to 2022, the Duchess indeed often opted for muted tones. During a Christmas Day church service at Sandringham, for example, she wore a camel coat with a copper fascinator. A few weeks after her wedding, at a Buckingham Palace tea party, she had a cream dress with beige tights. Even for her engagement interview, she chose a white blazer over a forest green dress. There were a lot of trench coats involved, nude pumps, mid-length dresses in grays or tans. She looked good, and many of the pieces she wore were objectively classic and stylish. They just weren't, well, her. The world first met Meghan Markle in September 2017, when she made her first public appearance as Prince Harry's girlfriend at the Invictus Games in Toronto. At the opening ceremony, she wore a burgundy leather jacket with silver studs. The following day, a pair of ripped jeans, aviators, and a white button-down with the first few buttons left open. A scroll through her then-active Instagram showed much of the same, just add in some denim cutoffs and fedoras. It was laid back and casual, yet put together. But Buckingham Palace is no West Hollywood. When she became a duchess, such an informal aesthetic had to go, and a conventional conservative one was ushered in. In January 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced they were stepping back from the royal family. 2 months later, they returned to the UK to carry out their final round of engagements. Meghan wore a rainbow of colors. I never wanted to upstage or ruffle any feathers, so I just tried to blend in, she recalls. But I wore a lot of color that week. It just felt like, well, let's just look like a rainbow. She stepped out in a scarlet Sophia red cape dress, and an azure sheath by Victoria Beckham, flashing a megawatt style throughout. Yet, throughout the Netflix series, Meghan's pre-royal style hallmarks make a comeback. She strolls around her Montecito home barefoot in jean shorts, a black shirt, and a hat as the cameras are rolling. She wears a white above-the-knee shirt dress when reminiscing with Tyler Perry, and an airy, shapeless linen one when walking around her backyard. At one point, she hugs friends in a pair of Uggs. Even when she does dress up for a formal occasion, it's a departure from her neutral royal days. To accept an NAACP award, she wore a one-shoulder gown by Christopher John Rogers, a designer known for his love of bright hues. At the Salute to Freedom Gala in 2021, she chose striking red Carolina Herrera. Meanwhile, for an appearance at the Invictus Games in the Netherlands in April, she wore a top with ruched shoulders from Cool Girl brand Kite. Now, there's only one person Meghan needs to consider when getting dressed: herself.